Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time to be blunt with your homie, the one, the only, William J. Hunt. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It is my Monday, better known as your guys' beginning of the weekend. For all those that are not a Monday through Friday, welcome to whatever day of the week it might be for you. I'm just sitting in the car chilling out before I gotta go in and start making some money. So trying to think. This weekend I tried to save like a 3.5 pound chihuahua from getting ran over. I was at the house and saw it running down the street, and I followed it for blocks. And in fact, I grew up in Monmouth and ended up down a road I believe I have never been down, and so I didn't even know it existed. And maybe when I was a kid, it didn't. So that was interesting. Unfortunately, we were unable to catch the dog. We did call the cops, and so hopefully, the dog didn't have any warrants or anything, and they let him out on bail or something. But hopefully they found the owners or can find him a good home. So, but yeah, that was probably the biggest adventure for the most part this weekend. Didn't really do much else. Still hoping to find a spot to go hang out while the sun is still shining. I guess the elephant in the room for me right now is I saw the leaked footage of the police, or saw the leaked footage of the school shooting in Texas. I didn't really see the leaked footage. I saw what was shown to me from the news or whatever. I guess it was still leaked. And there's so many different feelings going out. My heart, of course, goes out to all the families and, people who lost somebody. But then I have to look at that video and see how the police handled that shit. And I don't feel they handled it well at all. At one point, 3 officers or so were on the scene. They tried to go to the classroom. Gunfire was exchanged, and they ran back to the end of the hall. And then they just sat in the hallway. Well, not sat, but stood in the hallway, and forever, it seemed. Even in the shortened video, it seemed like forever. And then at one point, you just see so many fucking officers that there's no room for them. One's walking across, using the hand sanitizer, making sure, his hands are nice and clean before he goes and does his job. And of course, any of us in that situation, we don't know how we would have really reacted. But, orbs. But I do know that if you're going to take a job in which you have to use your service weapon every once in a while, then you better be damn well ready to use it. And in the leaked video, not that it makes it any better, well, I guess it does, they edited the kids' screams out of it, so you didn't hear the children screaming. The parents were supposed to have watched that, or the family members were supposed to have watched that. I think it was yesterday, or anyways, it was coming up in a few days, and then the news leaked it, because it's all about fucking views and ratings instead of actually people's emotions and hearts. And how hard it would have been for those parents to watch that anyways in the first place, to know that those were those last moments of their children's lives, but then to have it leaked to the whole public so everybody gets to see it. I just think that's devastating. But like I said, with the police and the way they handled it, there was like 20 plus officers, in the hallway. At one point, they're fist bumping, like, you gotta go. You have a gun. He has a gun. You got a job in which you're supposed to serve and protect, and you didn't do either one. And I just think that's a shame. And then people want to say, well, give the teacher a gun. Well, what happens when the teacher has a bad spat with their spouse and they come to school and they're pissed off and Johnny taps his pencil too many times, and the next thing you know it, Miss Warren, or, well, that hit close to home, Miss Warren was the teacher where I went to school for a minute, but just whoever, right, just pulls out the gun, and then all of a sudden, boom, and they snap. And you're telling me that people who teach don't have any mental illnesses or imbalances or anything like that. I mean, come on, you can't give them guns either. And then I guess, what do? You just staff the whole fucking police force at the school. You know, unfortunately, there's not a lot of options. And to have one officer in the school, I think would be just fine. But either way, I digress. I just feel that the way that the cops handled that situation was despicable. And each one should just, yeah. So, and then I saw another video of a Marine. He was 100 years old, and he was sitting there in his uniform, dress uniform, and unfortunately it was a little dirty. And I know when it comes to a military uniform, you want to make sure you look sharp, and I wish somebody had cleaned him off just a little bit. But he started talking about how much this country has changed, and how he feels like this country is just going to hell. You know, and why did all these soldiers die for all these opportunities just for us to have a free country? And then this is the way we treat it. I'm probably going to put the link to that video in the comments if you guys want to watch it. Unfortunately, the gentleman gets pretty emotional but conducts himself in a well manner. It makes me sad, because it makes me think of my grandfather, because he fought in World War II, and that was a war in which I believe that they saved everybody, because if the Nazi had taken over, it probably wouldn't be good. You guys and I would be speaking a lot of German, I do believe. So, but anyways, I'm going to leave this a little short. If you guys have anything to say or add, please go ahead and comment. And like I said, I'm going to put that link in here, I think, for the former Marine, and or not former, once in the military, always in the military. So, but anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope I didn't dampen it. Happy weekend approaching, and go do something fun, because I'll be at work, and yeah, it's fun, but it's work. All right, guys, I'll talk to you then. Peace.